about your clients? What is the normal reaction when they feel this magic?
They give me money. That's the best reaction. So do you mean clients, like audience?
It's about emotion.
Yeah. So it's all about emotion, and people. Some people are quite guarded at first. So when you do the tricks, they kind of go. You see it in their eyes. You see that they've been stunned, but sometimes at first they're kind of like, oh yeah, because they're maybe self-conscious. Other people go mental. They go crazy. They jump up and down. They dance. They scream. They try and attack me sometimes. All sorts of different reactions.
Do you remember some?
Some people cry. I've had people crying occasionally, in a nice way.
Tell me a little bit about it.
You don't get it very often, but sometimes it can be emotional. Sometimes. It's not the kind of thing you would expect to be emotional, but if you're reading someone's mind, maybe if they're thinking about a memory that's important to them, or something that's important to them, they can get a little bit emotional.
If you like look after your job, what moment in all of this like production process you like most? When you start, when you finish, when you see like.
It depends. It depends what mood. I enjoy the side of it where you're plotting. So you're sitting at home thinking, right, how can I completely mess with someone's head? And you're working things out, and you come up with great ideas. That's a lot of fun. And then when you start practicing things, they don't always work at first. And when you just get something to work, something new, that's very exciting. I always enjoy performing, so when I meet people and I connect with people and I've enjoyed their company and had a nice time, that's really nice. I like that.
And can you figure out how you find the idea of new trick?
Sometimes it's an idea I've come up with, sometimes it's other people. The phrase, I don't know if you know the phrase, standing on the shoulders of giants, which is very true in magic, because for hundreds, if not thousands of years, people have been coming up with ideas to fool people and to create magical effects. And for some reason, these have stayed secret for a long, long time. So really, when I perform, there are things that I've come up with myself, but a lot of it, geniuses have come up with this for years and years and years. So sometimes you do it based on a very clever idea. Do you think, a method, so the means in which you're performing the effects, and you think, oh, I know what I could use, how I could use that. The other way is if you've just got an idea. Like years ago, I thought it would be quite funny and quite exciting if I could mind read girls' phone numbers on the street, because I sort of thought to myself, when you perform magic or mind reading, what's the use of it? I mean, it's entertaining, of course, but if you have a £5 note and you make it disappear, it's amazing, but is it useful? So I thought it would be an interesting idea to be able to go up to very beautiful women on the street and mind read their phone number, for entertainment, of course. So I sort of came up with a way of doing that, and so that was an idea that I had to then go, right, how am I going to achieve this? And you had to then think of a way of doing it and then work out how to do it.
As I saw on the website, the picture, very fashionable. Do you think a lot about your image, how people accept you, how fashionable and nice?
Well, thank you very much, first of all. I think I enjoy clothes and fashion and that kind of thing. So, I enjoy eating well and health and stuff like that. So, yeah, I enjoy shopping and buying clothes, and I think that's something I enjoyed before I became a professional magician. So then, of course, it carried over, sort of thing. So yeah, so I suppose if I'm going to be having a website and putting pictures out of me all the time. I'd rather have a picture that I could look at and go, that's not bad, you know, it could be worse, as opposed to a picture that I go, oh my God, you know. It makes it easier to promote if it's an okay picture.
And I saw on the website something called Panlo Show. Panlo Show.
Panlo Show.
I saw it on the website.
Oh, parlour show, a parlour show.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's different ways that someone can hire me. They could hire me to perform at a sort of cocktail party style environment. So everybody's standing around having drinks, and then I'll go around and socialise and entertain them. Another way would be if, say, at a wedding, they're all round tables sometimes, so you go around the tables.
Why people need magician on a wedding?
No idea. No, we're kidding. It really adds a lot, actually, because people sometimes can be a little bit nervous, you know, when they first arrive especially, and it gives them something to talk about, it loosens them up, provides an atmosphere.
Their wallets, it will be...
Yeah, I do a wee bit of that as well, yeah, a wee bit. I steal watches and phones and stuff like that, it's good fun. My new thing is to steal watches and phones and then put them in someone else's pocket.
Or steal the bride.
Well, that would be terrible. Could never do that. But the parlour show thing, that is when I perform for maybe 10, 15 people at once, but it's like a show. Maybe if they've maybe hired a private room in a nice restaurant, and then you perform for everybody at once. It's like a small, private, intimate show.
Very nice. Does your previous experience of being a musician helps you with this job?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's because I'm used to dealing with people a lot, and when I was working as a musician, I would talk to people on stage quite a lot, and I was comfortable and confident being a performer. So yeah, in some ways, yeah.
So do you think that your new career is successful?
Yeah, it's going very well. I've not really had to try too hard, being honest, and it's sort of fallen into place. And I think sometimes in life you find a path that just works for you easily, and that's kind of what's happened here. I didn't really set out to become a magician, but I really enjoy it and it really works. So I make my living doing it. You know, it pays all the bills. And
so as I understand, because many people like came to London trying to find something to build a career,
oh, okay.
a new actor, but only like 10 people will become a real star.
Oh, okay.
Hundreds of people will be like successful.
So
how to define that this job is for you?
Okay, the way to define it is simply how it makes you feel. Obviously, you have to make money as well, you know, because that has to work. But aside from that, if you're making money from it and you're making a good career, if it makes you feel good, if you enjoy it, if you feel fulfilled and you're excited about your job, that's really all it is. If you find yourself dreading it, if you get angry at people or you don't like, you know, you have to get a deep sense of fulfillment from it, and you feel like this is right, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And if that's the case, and that's how I feel, it might not always be the case. In 10 years' time, I might, you know, move on to something else, or maybe I'll still love it. I don't know.
Very nice, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.